Namaskar, welcome back to the Saffron Box. Today I'll be talking about the transit of Jupiter into the sign of Gemini. Now, this is going to be a very interesting, very watchworthy transit because Jupiter we know is a benefic, and we always try to understand as to what kind of results can we expect from the slow moving Jupiter whenever it enters a new sign. But interesting because Jupiter is not going to be as slow as we expect during this transit into the sign of Gemini. So Jupiter is going to be entering the sign of Gemini on the 14th of May, and it covers the entire journey within a matter of 5 months, enters Cancer very quickly. Remember, Jupiter is also Uchchabhilashi, as in it is moving towards the sign of its exaltation, that is Cancer. So it enters Cancer after 5 months and then further on becomes retrograde and then re-enters Gemini. So it seems like Jupiter is in a hurry to move towards its exalted point in Cancer. And the results, when Jupiter will enter through the Aries sign of Gemini, through this mercurial sign of Gemini, the results are also going to be a little, they are going to yield themselves very quickly. So we'll understand this. We'll also understand the this energy which Jupiter will create in the sign of Gemini, and then further on talk about all the 12 ascendants, all the 12 signs. So let's understand this energy first. Jupiter and Gemini. Now Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so we need to understand how is this connection forming up. How will Jupiter behave in the sign of Gemini? First of all, Jupiter is a benefic. It is a Jivakara Graha. It is a benefic planet, and it carries a lot of fortune, lot of abundance and wisdom with it wherever it goes, right? So, and when it enters the sign of Gemini, Gemini is a human sign. So after so many other signs, going through so many other signs, now Jupiter has entered, or rather it will be entering the human sign. Gemini is a pair of people, right? A man and a woman, twins, man and a woman sitting together in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the sign, by default it comes into the third house of the natural horoscope. So it is the beginning of the karma, beginning of the desires, beginning of what you want. You start thinking about it in the third house, and then further on, your journey goes on further till the 11th house, where you actually realize or fulfill all whatever you have desired in the third. So Jupiter here in the third house, in the third sign of Gemini, will be aspecting the a sign of Libra and Aquarius, right? So this entire trine, wherever it is, as per your sign, as per your ascendant, is going to be impacted, right? So the wisdom will flow into the karma, into the desires, into whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to achieve finally. And Gemini, as I said, it's an Aries sign. It's ruled by Mercury. So Jupiter and Mercury also, they are similar at some level, right? Why? Because Jupiter is wisdom, higher wisdom, while Mercury is all that processing which you do, that intelligence which you use to gather knowledge, to write, to communicate. And then when you process it further, it becomes wisdom, it becomes higher knowledge. It comes to Jupiter. So at the base, somewhere together, they are the same, but Jupiter manifests the knowledge or the wherewithal, whatever you get, at a much higher level, right? Remember, in the as per the Puranas, Jupiter and Mercury, Brihaspati and Budh are father and son also. Now here's they are not natural father and son. Mercury is the adopted son, so to say, of Jupiter, because there is a story behind it. I'll put it somewhere later, or maybe I'll make a short video about it sometime later. But Jupiter does not have any animosity towards anybody. It adopted Mercury also. It took it took Mercury under its wings also. And Mercury is that it's that prince-like energy. It's that youth, youthfulness. It's that youth kind of energy which sometimes doesn't know where it goes. It has the and especially in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, so it is that immature, that free energy. And Jupiter, when it comes into the sign of Gemini, tries to put in some wisdom, tries to put in some maturity over here. So being the sign of Gemini, sign of communication, now here we'll understand, when Jupiter will come here, we'll understand how do we communicate, how do we write our ideas, how do we express our ideas, how do we communicate our ideas, how do we think, right? So there'll be a lot of focus on mental activity, a lot of focus on social activity. How are we finally expanding whatever we have learned? How are we putting it all together? So Jupiter is going to help in doing so. And how do we finally use it? Whatever knowledge we have acquired, whatever wisdom we get, how do we finally use it to meet our end goal, to meet our desires? That is going to be a big theme while Jupiter is going to be in the sign of Gemini. And Jupiter being a slow moving planet, it's a heavy planet, right? It's a slow moving planet. And in the sign of Gemini, in a Vata sign, in an air sign, Jupiter is going to move very quickly also. That's why I said there is going to be, quick action and quick results. Jupiter is Uchabhilashi, moving to the sign of Cancer, right? So quick action and therefore quick results are also going to come through. And while the transit of Jupiter in the sign of Gemini is going to happen, at the same time, after a few days, Rahu is also going to be entering the sign of Aquarius. Now Jupiter and Rahu will be in a trinal relationship. From the sign of Gemini, Jupiter will be aspecting Rahu, sitting in the sign of Aquarius also. So there is going to be a lot of Vata energy, lot of air energy, lot of impetus to the karma, to the desires. Karma is not only desires in terms of sexual form or in terms of not only with relationships or like that. The desires can be of any kind. Desires can be of any kind. Material desires, spiritual desires. It's like, it depends again what kind of desires do you have, what is your chart saying, what kind of dasha patterns are you running through, right? So all that is going to manifest itself very, very quickly during this transit. And one more very interesting thing here is that while Jupiter, Mercury both talk about knowledge, both talk about processing large amounts of information, Jupiter, when it will enter the sign of Gemini, it will be entering in the Mrigashira Nakshatra also. Mrigashira Nakshatra is all about searching for what you want. Now that's the key word for Mrigashira. And here the energy of searching within, searching what you want, looking for what you want, looking for what you desire, and then going for it. That is going to be the theme as soon as Jupiter enters the sign of Gemini. So there will be a lot of focus on communication, social media, or on how you bring forth your ideas to the public, right? So all the social media, etc. A lot of focus on consulting, because Jupiter and Mercury both are about communication, both are about consulting and counseling, teaching others. So a lot of these areas will come into focus, and a lot of energy will be thrown up with both these planets coming, with both these energies coming together, Jupiter combining with that mercurial energy, right? So let's move on, and I'll go and talk about all the 12 ascendants, all the 12 signs. Now starting with the sign of Aries. Now if you have an Aries ascendant, Aries sign, Aries lagna, Jupiter will be moving into the third house. So your third house gets a lot of focus, right? Jupiter coming here with the expansive energy, and from here Jupiter is also going to be aspecting the 7th house, the 9th house, as well as the 11th house. For Aries Lagna, Jupiter is a benefic graha. It is the owner of a trinal house, which is the 9th house, and it is going to be aspecting its own house as well. So how do we understand this? First of all, Jupiter is going to be giving a healing touch to your third house. The 9th lord moving anywhere will give some relief, will give some healing touch, will give some growth to wherever it is sitting. So your communication can get better. You can also, start searching what you want to learn. Your learning abilities can increase. Your communication abilities can get better. Gemini being the sign of, human interaction, coming together. The need for a companion can come through. So here there'll be a lot of focus, especially with the aspect of Jupiter on the 7th house, on the 11th also. You may desire for a new relationship. So those of you who were till now not thinking very seriously about getting married or being in a serious relationship, this will be a time when you'll actually feel like, moving ahead, taking your relationship further on, or meeting somebody whom you want to get married to. So chances of marriage, are also seen, are also increasing. Of course, depends on your natal chart as well, right? Then this is a time where you'll start finding purpose of your learning. What are you trying to learn? How will you put it to use? Whatever have you learned, how will you put it finally into use? How will you monetize it? 9th house is your learning. 9th house is all the wisdom or the knowledge which you've acquired. And how will you monetize it? 11th house, how will you put it to gain? How will you collaborate with people to bring forth your abilities? So this is an excellent time for the Aries ascendant to get into partnerships, get into collaborations, right? All this work which you'll do using your social skills, using your communication, is going to give a big boost to your status, to your professional circle. You'll be you'll start being recognized in the circles you move in, right? So all that energy is definitely coming through. Jupiter is blessing the karma trikona. So your relationships, your connections with your networks, with your circle. Jupiter sitting in the 3rd, also aspecting the 11th, will give a boost to your relationship with your siblings also, younger or elder, doesn't matter. Your siblings will also like to, if you're going through a rough patch with your siblings, this is a time when things will start healing up. Also, one more noteworthy point is Jupiter, when it is there in the 3rd house, will be aspecting the 11th house, where Rahu will also be there. So Jupiter and Rahu will be in a trinal relationship out here. This will show sometimes, this will show a lot of uncontrolled desire also. So Rahu here will give a huge, impetus, lot of push to whatever you want, sometimes your material desires. So this energy needs to be controlled, and Jupiter will do a, effective job in kind of understanding as to what you need to, how far will you go in desiring what you want, how far will that, will that urge to acquire more goes. Rahu in the 11th house also gives possibilities of connecting, collaborating with people who are not from your community, or who don't seem to be the natural choice, right? It could be a foreigner, or it could be, somebody whom you don't know, unexpected people coming into your circle, and you can collaborate with them. So this is a time to, keep your mind open to new possibilities, because Rahu here in the 11th house will bring that energy as well. Of course, I'll cover it later on in the next video, where I'll talk about this as well. But here with the Jupiter sitting in a Vata sign, Rahu also coming here, there'll be a lot of need for collaboration and a lot of gain from it as well. Then moving on to the next sign of Taurus. So if you're a Taurus rising, Taurus ascendant, Jupiter will be entering the second house of wealth, second house of speech, second house of your family. And here there'll be, Jupiter for you is the 8th and the 11th lord. 11th lord of gains coming to the second house and aspecting the 8th. This is a very good, I would say, very good position to enhance your material worth. So your material worth, your personal worth, your pocket gets heavier, so your liquid assets can go up. A lot of people, Taurus people during this time may invest in gold, may invest in liquid assets. So whether it is gold in any form, it is your, financial instruments which you can liquidify very quickly, which you can liquidate very quickly. All these, your liquid assets will grow during this time. This is also a time period where a lot of people will fall back to their family, come back to their family. So if you were for any reason away from home, say you were outside the country somewhere, for whatever reason, now this will be a time where you'll fall back to your family, fall back to base, right? So those chances are also seen, it's a possibility. There'll be a lot of good chances where you can talk about your experiences, where you can share your wisdom with your family, where you can talk about your experiences. So this is a good time, good opportunity to share your experiences, share your wisdom within the family, right? Jupiter will be aspecting the 6th house also. So this will be a time where a lot of you will get relief or some kind of traction from any litigation matters, from any medical issues. Jupiter sitting here is anyways, boosting the Artha trine. So maybe wasteful expenditures which were happening till now on litigation, on medical issues may get sorted out now. You may get some relief over here, right? Jupiter also aspects the 8th house. This is, this is an opportunity to gain from shared resources, joint resources with your spouse, or inheritance can come through because Jupiter is also your 11th lord and it is sitting in the house of money. So gain through inheritance, gain through shared resources, gain from your in-laws can also come through. And then it aspects the 10th house. Your status at work goes up, your worth goes up. But remember, Rahu will also be sitting in the 10th house at the same time. So there could be, sudden, happening, sudden transformation at work also for some, if your dasha is running like that. So you see sudden events and you suddenly see that, something has really happened and you've really gained status or gained recognition or suddenly gained in some way at your workplace. At this time, it is also important to pay attention to your relationship with your superiors, with your bosses during this time, right? Don't over-project yourself. Rahu here in the 10th house can give you that overconfidence sometimes, over-projecting yourself. That is something which you'll need to keep a check on. Jupiter sitting in the 2nd house, you should actually, pay attention to your food intake. Eat fresh, sattvic, organic food. Eat more of fresh fruits while Jupiter is here, for your health, for your overall well-being. So your intake has to be good. Jupiter is a sattvic planet. The food intake also should be more of sattvic nature, more of organic nature. And pay attention to what you say, because sometimes whatever you may say may come true. So be very watchful of your words. Then moving on to the next sign of Gemini. If you're a Gemini ascendant, Gemini Rashi, Jupiter will be coming to your Lagna. A very good time, excellent time for the Gemini ascendant, and this happens only once in 12 years. This is a time to recharge yourself. This is a time to pay focus on whatever you're doing, the opportunities which you're coming across, the relationships which you're coming across. Excellent time for the Gemini ascendant, right? Jupiter is the 7th and the 10th house ruler. Though some may say it is a badhak, but Jupiter is a benefic planet, and the problems start only when the badhak planet makes a connection with the marak sthans, or with the with the 8th house, etc., when it is badly afflicted, etc. Here with this transit, I don't see any such problem around here, right? So Jupiter in the Lagna is going to give a boost to your personality. So this is a very good time for you to work on your personality, work on how you present yourself to the world. Especially for people who are preparing for interviews, or if you're a student, how you groom yourself, how you work on your personality. This is going to be a very good time to do that, right? Your Jupiter will also be aspecting your 5th, 7th and 9th houses, and sitting in the Lagna, it is going to be impacting activating the Dharma Trikona. So your with the 5th aspect on the 5th house, the love life, the romantic relationships which you have may get a boost, or you get some you meet somebody interesting, you get into a romantic relationship with someone. So that is a possibility which I see. 5th house is not only romantic affairs. 5th house is also your progeny. It is also the ideas which you have, the expression of all your ideas, whatever is going on in your head. How do you finally communicate it? Your creative expression is also the 5th house. So there will be a lot of benefic impact of Jupiter for all these things. Your relationship with your children, if you're looking at childbirth, if you're looking at having progeny, then this will also be a good time for it. Then the 7th house, if you're looking at getting married, chances of marriage, chances of partnerships, collaborations will also get a boost, especially now that Saturn is also in your 10th house. Saturn is also blessing your 7th house. So this is for a lot of Gemini people, this is going to be an excellent time for if your birth chart supports marriage, marriage is promised to you, then this is going to be a very good time for you to get married, right? Partnerships, if you are into any business, partnerships, collaborations will take place. You can sign a lot of important legal contracts during this time, legal agreements, etc. Then Jupiter will aspect the 9th house. So your dharma, as I said, the dharma trine is getting boosted. So your dharma, sense of dharma, and by dharma I don't mean only religious activities. I mean whatever duties, whatever responsibilities you have, whatever is your purpose of life, you get more aligned towards it. And Jupiter energy will help you through it, right? You may undertake a lot of long travels, because the 7th and the 9th house both are getting activated. So time for long travels, time for visit to holy places, visit to your gurus, seek guidance, seek the guidance of your father. So whatever your father helps you with during this time will really help you out. Rahu is also going to be present in the 9th house. So for a lot of people, this will be expansion in the 9th house as well. So that hunger to learn more, that hunger to acquire more wisdom, whether it is spiritual wisdom or higher education, is going to really take a take up a lot of your mental space. It'll get a lot of boost out here. Then moving on to the next sign of Cancer. So for Cancer ascendant, Cancer rising, Jupiter will be moving to your 12th house, moving to the Moksha trine, aspecting the 4th and the 8th houses, and also your 6th house. So Jupiter is going to be sitting in a Trik Bhava, in a Dusthana, and aspecting the other two, the 6th and the 8th Dusthana houses also. So for you, Jupiter is the 6th lord also, and at the same time Jupiter is the trinal lord, that is the 9th house lord as well. And moving to the 12th house here, in some way the peace of mind is going to get a boost. Jupiter will be aspecting the 4th house from the 12th, so the peace at home, the harmony at home can increase, or you may get peaceful sleep after a long time, right? So you get more relaxed, you get more feel more ease at home, you relax better. This is a time to rejuvenate yourself, and by rejuvenation I mean, to some people it will also mean a lot of chances to work on themselves. Jupiter is aspecting the 8th house, so there is a lot of transforming energy also which is there. So work on whatever serves you and let go of patterns which are unhealthy. So be ready to transform yourself, be ready to work on your health. Any health issue which you have, this is the right time to address it. You may get the right help right now, right? So a healing touch can come through to the 6th house, to the 8th house. So any relief which you're looking at in litigation matters, or any kind of fight or conflict which you're in, may also get start getting sorted out now. Pay attention to your health. 6th house is your health, is a physical, all the physical issues which you face. So this is a time to work on your health, right? Work on any kind of your mind body connection has to be good. So physical exercises, yoga, pranayam. Jupiter sitting in the 12th and aspecting the 6th and 8th houses, it is very important to inhale better, to get more oxygen, take more antioxidants in your diet. Do deep breathing exercises, right? So you'll feel better. Also, with the 8th house connection, there could be a lot of unexpected help or unexpected blessings also which can come your way, right? So this is a time to work at things at a mental, emotional level. So whatever serves you, keep that. Whatever doesn't serve you, just let it go during this transit, and Jupiter will help you out. Remember, Rahu is also going to be in the 8th house, when Jupiter is going to be in the 12th, aspecting the 8th house as well. So that is why I'm saying there is a chance of unexpected gains, unexpected help coming in. A lot of you will take interest in occult sciences, in astrology, in Jyotish, in mind-body healing, deep sadhana. All these things will get a boost. Now, the Leo ascendant. So if you talk about Leo ascendant, Leo rising, then Jupiter is the 5th lord for you, trinal lord, 8th lord also, and it is going to move to your 11th house in the sign of Gemini. See, the any planet moving in the 11th house, transiting through the 11th house is always good. It is taken as a good impact, because somewhere or the other it triggers some fulfillment of your desires, right? Some or the other wishes get fulfilled, some gains do come through. So Jupiter moving through the 11th house is going to impact the 3rd, the 7th house, that is the Karma trine. So again, your Karma trine is getting activated, and it is also going to impact its own house, Sagittarius, that is the 5th house. So this is a time where a lot of gains can come through. You know, whatever you were desiring for, whatever you were working on till now this is a time when all the desires get materialized. So whatever project you initiated, now it starts paying you back. You form good networks, good partnerships. Your net worth in your, you know, your social worth rises. So you get noticed in your social circle, right? Overall, you know, whatever profits, whatever gains you get a boost over there. This is a time where a lot of people will think of new ideas. This is a period where, while all your material gains and profits and all that do happen, but somewhere you'll keep thinking about what to do next. New ideas will keep coming through. New ideas regarding partnerships, regarding new businesses, all those ideas will keep coming through. So this is a time for a lot of mental activity and working on a lot at a mental level. Chances for marriage are also coming through. Marriage, collaborations, partnerships, getting into new relationships is also a big possibility. Jupiter aspects the 5th house. Again, childbirth can come through. Or if you're already blessed with children, that this is a time where, you know, it'll turn out to be a good time for your children. You can focus more on your children. Your relationship with children can can get better. Also, while Jupiter will be in the 11th house, in the 7th house where it will be aspecting, we'll also see the entry of Rahu. So while you get into new relationships, new connections, please take it with a grain of salt. Whomsoever you meet, please do your due diligence. Don't get into any partnerships or any relationship very quickly. There is a possibility, but there's Rahu also in the 7th house. So whatever you do, don't hurry up, don't rush into things. Don't rush into signing new deals. Do your due diligence, and Jupiter in the 11th will help you doing it. So you have to, keep a check on your patience. Don't be impulsive. Right. Then the next sign of Virgo. So if you're a Virgo ascendant or a Virgo rising, we see the entry of Jupiter in your 10th house. The Artha trine is getting activated. From the 10th, Jupiter will aspect the 2nd, the 4th, as well as the 6th house. So the 2, 6, 10 connection, that is the Artha trine, will get activated, and the 4th house is also getting aspected. Here you'll find a lot of peace at home. First of all, Jupiter will be aspecting its own house, that is the 4th house. Peace at home. Any issues, anything concerning your domestic happiness, any troubles which you had will now start wearing out. Right? So you'll find that peace, that shanti at home. A lot of people may also acquire properties during this time. So you could move into a bigger house, or you could acquire a new property or a bigger vehicle, a better conveyance. These things can come through. You may expand your current house, right? Work on renovation, work on upgrade of your residence. That can happen. Also, Jupiter aspecting the 2nd house, your finances can improve. Your overall financial health can improve. Your relationship with your family can improve. And somewhere you'll have to put in efforts also over there. You'll have to work on your relationships, because Jupiter is giving you a good platform to work on all these things, right? Jupiter is also aspecting the 6th house. So some relief when it comes to loans, when it comes to litigation is also seen, right? So there'll be this will be a very good energy where you can take everybody together. finances can bind the family together also, right? So you can take everybody together. People at work, especially people who are under you, your subordinates, you can enjoy a good relationship with them too, right? Overall status at work increases. But remember, one thing that Rahu is also in the sixth house for you. Jupiter will be aspecting Rahu in the sign of Aquarius, where Rahu will enter. Pay attention to your digestion. Pay attention to the food you eat. Right? That is something which I would tell you to pay attention on. Also, any medical issue, any health issue, if you face, just try to get initial investigations done. Don't wait for something to flare up. If you're due for checkups, do it on time, right? Then we move on to the next sign of Libra. So if you are a Libra ascendant or a Libra rising, Jupiter is the third and sixth lord for you, and it moves into the ninth house of dharma, ninth house of duty, ninth house of luck, abundance of God's blessings, ninth house of gurus, guidance, and it activates your dharma trikon. So for the Libra ascendant, Jupiter is a malefic, but whenever Jupiter comes into the ninth house and aspects the Lagna also, aspects the fifth house also, there will be some healing energy coming through, because though Jupiter is a malefic for the Libra ascendant, it is a natural benefic. And while in transit, while it's Ucha Bhirashi, moving towards its sign of exaltation, it will give in some relief also, right? So here, there, you could feel some luck shining on you. Your bhagya is getting better. So you may find yourself getting lucky in some matters. You'll start feeling better about yourself. Jupiter is also aspecting the fifth house with the ninth aspect, and you'll find Rahu also sitting there. So a lot of you will get into speculative gains, but be careful, because Rahu here can create a lot of smoke. You may not be able to understand what you're getting into. Do your due diligence. Though Jupiter is supporting it, but do your due diligence here. So speculative gains and all that, you have to be a little cautious of it. So while it gives a good boost, Jupiter's aspect on the Lagna gives a good boost to your confidence levels, don't get too overconfident about speculation, or don't get too overconfident and too overbearing in relationships, especially your romantic relationships, right? That is something which I would definitely tell you to keep a check on. Otherwise, this is a very good transit for focus on kids, for focus on acquiring new skills for yourself. Jupiter will also aspect the third house, so a lot of travel chances will come through. You'll travel a lot. If your dasha is also supporting you, you'll travel a lot. Some people will change places, relocate as well, and a lot of energy will go into communication. If your if your work is on social media, if it requires you to communicate with the masses, then there'll be a lot of ideas which you'll put to use. You can travel a lot, right? So this is a good time. This is a good time for learning as well for the Libra ascendant, I would say. So you can work on yourself, you can work on your new skills, educational opportunities will come through, right? Then I move on to the next ascendant, next sign of Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio ascendant or Scorpio rising, Jupiter will move to your 8th house in the sign of Gemini. Now Jupiter for you is the 2nd and the 5th lord. Family, finances, assets, your value system. 5th house, your intelligence, your children, the ability to think, analyze, all that is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter comes to the 8th house. Aspects the 2nd, the 4th, as well as the 12th houses. And for you, the Moksha trine is also getting activated with the aspect of Jupiter on the 4th and the 12th houses sitting in the 8th. First of all, this is a time to take care of your health. Any health issues which you have, do not be negligent towards your health concerns. Right? While it will be a good transit for money, for acquiring more money, your assets can increase. You may gain from inheritance in certain cases, especially a property, not cash, but a property or something like that, if your chart is also promising so. All that can come through, but this will be a time where you'll have to focus on health issues and go deeper into analyzing your health issues. Why are you facing this issue? Right? So this is a time where Jupiter in the 8th house will help you in your mind-body healing. Right? Understand the energy which you're dealing with, because any health issue which you suffer, before it comes to your physical body, first of all, it hits your mind. Right? It comes to your mind, it hits your aura. And then further on, slowly and slowly, any chronic health issue which comes, then it comes to your physical body. There are a lot of layers through which any problem comes through. So this is a time to understand, get into energy healing, get into the mind-body connection, because Jupiter in the 8th will, take you towards alternate ways of healing also. Very good chance. This will give a healing touch to your relations with your spouse's family, your in-laws also. So a lot of healing can happen, a lot of transformation can happen for you. Your relationship with your children can also get transformed. If you're someone who who's studying right now, or who's into research, or any subject which requires a lot of detailing, which requires a lot of deep diving, this will be an excellent time. You'll enjoy your subject, you'll enjoy your studies also. This is a good time for children as well. Foreign connections can come through, foreign travels can happen, foreign connections can come through. You can gain from foreign lands. Right? So overall, a good healing energy is what I am seeing for the Scorpio ascendant, provided you make use of it, provided you dive deeper into this energy. Then moving on to the next sign of Sagittarius. If you're a Sagittarius ascendant, Sagittarius rising, then Jupiter is your Lagnesh, is your ascendant ruler, and it is moving into your 7th house. 7th house and aspecting your Lagna itself. Right? So this is a Lagnesh aspecting the Lagna always gives a good boost to your confidence levels. You feel better about yourself, your self-esteem goes up. All these things are definitely going to take a boost for the Sagittarius ascendant. Right? It's like recharging the ascendant, right? So you can work on yourself, you can work on your personality, you can work on your physical body to begin with. So be very mindful of your exercise routine, of how your body appearance, of your health. That is something which you'll have to be very vigilant about. Work on all these things. Jupiter sitting in the 7th house will be aspecting the 3rd and the 11th houses also, apart from the Lagna. So your karma trine is getting activated. More desires, more ideas will come through. You'll think of more and more ideas, especially with the Rahu energy in the 3rd house for you. So you'll come across unconventional ideas, unconventional thoughts will come through. Some foreign connections can help you through. New relationships can come through. You can collaborate with new people. Your social circle will increase during this transit of Jupiter. Your network will increase. You'll meet new people, sometimes from very unconventional walks of life. I mean, somebody whom you never thought, who's not from your community, but you get to experience a lot of new energy while Jupiter is here, right? Also, you stand to gain from marriage or from your married partner as well. There's also a good chance for that. Then there'll be a lot of desires, there'll be a lot of material desires also coming through, but this will be a time where you will have to sort out things, sort out, prioritize, put that wisdom to use, because Jupiter sitting in the sign of Gemini, Jupiter is that wise energy, and Gemini is a lot of active energy. You'll have to start sorting out what you want to keep, what you want to, how you want to process the knowledge which you have, right? But a good time, especially for people in social media, people who are creatively expressing themselves. More efforts will be put in by you. You'll be ready to go the whole mile to achieve your goals. So this is a very supporting energy, and I feel that you should make the best use out of it. Then moving on to the next sign of Capricorn. For Capricorn ascendant or Capricorn rising, Jupiter will move into your 6th house. For Capricorn, Jupiter is the 3rd and the 12th lord also, right? And it will move into the 6th house, aspect the 2nd, the 10th as well as the 12th house. So your Artha Trikon is getting activated. More running around. If you want to do more running around, you want to put in more physical, mental effort into your goals, into achieving your goals, you will be doing it. This will be a time where you will be able to help others also, provide seva, provide service to others. Jupiter in the 6th house will give a healing touch to the 6th house also, and also make you focus outward. So people who are in need, this is a very good way to harness this energy also in the 6th house, because Jupiter is a benefic planet, and when it goes sitting from here, you can actually serve others, do seva, do donations, help the needy, right? There's also chances of expenses on medicines, expenses on medical treatments for yourself, or on your younger siblings, etc., right? But a good way to harness this energy or spend this energy, as I said, is seva, is service. Jupiter sitting here in the 6th house will bring in changes, positive changes to your work routine. So start organizing your work routine better. Resources get better. Your position at work can get better. So organizational ability, how do you organize things, is what you have to see. How do you spend your resources is what you have to see. Rahu will be in the 2nd house in the sign of Aquarius during this transit as well. And Jupiter will be aspecting this. There'll be a triangle relationship between Jupiter and Rahu. So this will be a time where you'll have to keep a check on your finances. You'll also have to see how you're going about your family finances as well, your liquid assets as well. There'll be a hunger to acquire more. How you go about it, you'll have to use the wisdom of Jupiter into organizing it better. This is a time period where you'll have to be very careful about your speech. How you express, how you speak is going to be very important. Make sure that you don't make any false promises during this time. There's a lot of Vata energy, lot of energy in the Artha trine, in the air signs. So you may speak a lot, but what you speak, don't overcommit yourself to people. Don't make false promises, right? There's a high chance for that as well. But Jupiter, the best thing which I see is Jupiter aspecting the 10th house. Lot of relief at work. You can do better at work, right? And some foreign connections can also help you out. Far away connections can help you out. Then the next sign of Aquarius. So for Aquarius rising, Aquarius ascendant, we see Jupiter's transit into the 5th house. 5th house of children, 5th house of creative ability, 5th house of intelligence, Purva, Punya, Mantra, Sadhana, very interesting house. Trine house, anyways a benefic house for you. And sitting here, Jupiter is going to boost the Dharma trine. It will aspect the Lagna, it will aspect the 9th house, sitting in the 5th, and it will also aspect its own house, that is the 11th house. And for Aquarius, very interesting, Jupiter is the 2nd and the 11th ruler. So your material gains, your pocket, your net worth, all that is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is going to come to the 5th house. It is a very positive transit for the Aquarius Lagna, Aquarius rising. In terms of money, in terms of material gains, your profits. And overall, this is a very good transit for you to work on your children, work on their betterment, work on their education. If you are studying yourself, it is again a very good chance for you to acquire better knowledge, do better in your studies, do better in your education. If you're someone who has interest in sadhana, in mantra sadhana, mantra siddhi, this is an excellent time for you to practice, initiate new mantras. Get the help of a guru. Jupiter is aspecting the 9th house also. Chances for travels can increase. Jupiter sitting in the 5th can help you out. Chances for travel, chances for your relationship with your gurus, your relationship with your mentors, with your father can get better. Right? Support from your father can come through. A lot of material gains can also come through, right? But one thing which I would talk about is Rahu is also going to be entering your Lagna, that is Aquarius, while Jupiter is here. And there will be a triangle relationship between Jupiter and Rahu. One thing which you need to be very careful about is not to waste your energy, because with this, there'll be a lot of energy. You'll feel energized to do a lot of things. But be reasonable, organize things better, because Rahu creates that smoky energy, right? So use the energy, use the wisdom of Jupiter to organize things better. Don't overcommit yourself at a lot of places. So prioritize, organize better. Right? Then I move on to the last sign of Pisces. So if you're a Pisces ascendant, Pisces Lagna, Jupiter is your Lagnesh, and it will be entering your 4th house, sign of Gemini. From here, Jupiter will be aspecting the 12th house, the 8th house, as well as the 10th house. So it will be sitting in a moksha house, activating the moksha houses, the 8th and the 12th houses. This should be a period where you should seek relaxation. The Lagnesh coming to the 4th house. You should focus more on inner peace, on inner harmony, domestic harmony. Do whatever it takes to maintain peace and harmony at home. This could be a time where a lot of people will work on their home. They'll work on the interiors, or they'll get a better home, or they'll get a better vehicle for themselves, better conveyances, luxury conveyances. Expansion in the home matters, expansion in the conveyances can happen. You'll do things to make yourself happy, to heal yourself. So focus on that. Jupiter sitting here, being the Lagnesh itself, is going to do really well here. Focus on learning whatever heals you, whatever you really feel like doing, whatever makes you happy. So a lot of people will get into energy healing, will get into mind body healing, yoga or meditation, right? All that, there's a very good possibility for that. Initiating any spiritual practices, any meditative practices can happen, because Jupiter is going to be aspecting the 8th and the 12th houses. So meditation, going away on a holiday, or if not a holiday, just sometimes just traveling somewhere far away. Also, from time to time this year, if you do that, it is going to help you. Spending time in nature will help you and heal you. So there's a lot of healing and cooling energy which I see here with Jupiter in the 4th house. So make the most of it. Let go of grudges. So anything which you are holding back, let go of that. Let go of any grudges, any negativity towards people. If need be, just forgive people. It will really heal you at your soul level. Right? Work-wise, this is going to be a good time for the Pisces ascendant, because Jupiter sitting in the 4th will be aspecting the 10th house. So at work, your status can increase, you can do better, you may be given more responsibilities at work as well, but things will be under control, right? New jobs can be picked up by many. So you enjoy the comfort at home, and you enjoy work also. Very good transit. So use your energy, use your wisdom, and very importantly, let go of clutter anywhere, whether it is your mind, whether it is your home or anything. Just clean out stuff, because Jupiter is ready to shower its blessings on you. You just have to be ready to receive it, right? So that was all about the 12 signs and the impact of Jupiter's entry into the sign of Gemini. If you've liked the content, if you resonate with what I'm saying, then do give me a like button. Then do press the like button. And if you're a first timer on my channel, do remember to subscribe before you leave, right? Thank you and God bless you.